Welcome, everyone, to the Commentary Podcast. I am your host, Pat Brennan. Today on the podcast, we are going to be watching Catch Me If You Can. It was released in 2002. It is directed by Steven Spielberg, and it is written by Jeff Nathanson. The cast for this movie is pretty star-studded. We have Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, Christopher Walken, Martin Sheen, Natalie Bay, Amy Adams, James Brolin, Brian Howe, Frank John Hughes, Jennifer Garner, Ellen Pompeo, and Elizabeth Banks. And just a quick plot summary here. Barely 17 yet, Frank is a skilled forger who has passed as a doctor, lawyer, and pilot. FBI agent Carl becomes obsessed with tracking down the con man who only revels in the pursuit. Joining me for this rewatch of Catch Me If You Can is my good friend once again, Martin Padilla. He joined me for the rewatch of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, as well as Zodiac. I'll once again post all of his social channels in the episode description so you can follow him there. Now, I'm going to be watching the Blu-ray copy I have of this movie, but it is currently streaming on Paramount Plus. You can rent it on Amazon for $3.39, on Apple TV for $4, and on Vudu for $4. I say we kick things off. We are going to be pressing play on Catch Me If You Can in 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. Damn, I'm doing a lot of DreamWorks movies lately. I did Collateral.
It's Steven Spielberg's company.
He created it. He's not there anymore. So that S, the SKG, that's Spielberg. The S is Spielberg.
Who's the K and the G?
Honestly, off the top of my head, I have no idea.
I was gonna say I just know that DreamWorks was like, whenever he was there, I mean, it was his like baby for a while.
Oh yeah. Now he's just at Amblin now.
Oh yeah, I always remember that's him because of the ET look to it, like the logo.
Still love this opening credit scene.
I really miss that movies had the opening credits at the beginning of the movie, and now it's like they're always at the very end. It's like I like seeing the cast members and like these animated I guess just like these visuals. It's always fun to watch.
I know, it's like if you watch older movies, obviously from like the 50s and back, and like all the credits are just in the opening, so that when the movie ends, it just says the end, and that's the entire movie.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's actually smart if you like do all of this, because then it gets the people, because people leave as soon as the credits run. They're like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
It's like I see some people just like bolt out of the theater. It's like, yeah, maybe they have to go to the bathroom. But some people are like, I'm out of here. It's like, geez.
Have you ever been at the movies and someone leaves as soon as the plot finishes? Like even though the movie's not over, like they'll just leave, even though there's no resolution for them, I guess.
Yeah. Like they know it's like the last scene, and they're like, they just get up and walk out. They're like, clearly, like, okay, clearly this guy didn't like, or person didn't like this movie. So they just get up and leave.
No matter how bad a movie is, I will still stay until the credits.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen this
credit scene.
Yeah, I've only ever seen this once. So seeing all of these opening credits like actually makes a lot of sense. Is like this is everything that happens in the movie.
Yeah, he's kind of telling you the whole plot right now. The snow at the end too.
Spoiler.
Music fine. I love this. This is a really underrated score by John Williams, which you can't find streaming on Apple or Spotify.
There's a lot of scores like that, unfortunately.
I found the CD of this for $1 at a used bookstore. So,
dude, physical media, bro. I mean, you can't get that online.
Yeah, I'm on eBay. I'm sure it's like $20, $25. Like I'm not paying $25 for a CD. I love physical media, but sometimes I draw a line at how much things are worth. Directed by Steven Spielberg. Never heard of him.
Thinks he's gonna catch the Zodiac.
I feel like I used to watch this show on like Game Show Network.
Just like on there. Was this a real show?
I think it was. This is like, I'm pretty sure it was a real show. Like the guy would come on and he'd be like, yeah, basically he would say like, it wasn't like I was a robber or anything. He'd just be like, oh, I was a CEO. And you have to like guess who it is.
Oh. It's a creative opening.
He basically just tells you right now. He's telling you the whole thing.
Yeah, this is really just a plot again.
Yeah.
If you didn't get it from the opening credits, we're gonna feed you everything.
Yeah. So you can leave right now. I love you can just see their marks for their for their game show. That's crazy. He did it all before he was 19. Like that's insane.
It's a con man, short for confident.
You don't say. Yeah, like this is like I used to sit like when I was sick at home, like growing up, like elementary school, middle school. I'd watch like Game Show Network all day. Like, this was definitely one of the shows. It was like
When I
loosely based off of this.
when I was sick, like at school or from school, staying home, I'd always just watch as many movies as I could because I knew I'd have the whole day off.
Hmm. That's when I got it was high school and like end of middle school is when I found like I knew what Turner Classic Movies was, but that's when I really started to watch them. I was like put that channel on all day.
If it isn't
Henry.
The Colonel, I almost said Colonel Sanders, and I was like, no, his name is just the Colonel.
I like how he says that. Hand ready. Call hand ready.
Carl Hanratty.
They've worked together, Spielberg and Hanks, what, like 3 times, 4 times?
He did this. He did the Post.
I worked together 5 times. He did Post, Bridge of Spies.
Bridge of Spies. I forgot about that.
He's
Yeah.
in Private Ryan and then Tintin. And he did it 5 times.
Was Tintin Spielberg?
Mm-hmm. Spielberg's one of the people, like, this came out the same year as Minority Report. Like, he released 2 movies
Dude,
that
yeah,
year.
the guy was like he did the Post as well as Ready Player One the same year too, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, he did Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, same year. Munich War of the Worlds, same year. War Horse and Tintin, same year.
The guy's
Yeah.
just like who else in Hollywood can do that? It's crazy to me that
And I think he did another Empire of the Sun, and I think Always came out the same year.
I think
That was the
Empire
first
is probably his best movie.
Empire of the Sun. A young
Yeah.
Christian Bale.
A young Christian Bale, a young John Malkovich. There's a few other
Really
people. It's been a long
underrated.
time since I've seen that movie, but that I think is my favorite Spielberg.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that's their favorite Spielberg movie. Then again, people probably don't know that Steven Spielberg even made that movie or that movie
I
exists.
I think I bring that movie up so often, it feels like I never talk to anybody who knows about it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever like actually like talked to somebody about that movie. I'm watching the Blu-ray copy. Like this looks a really good Blu-ray transfer. Like
Yeah,
really good.
I have the Blu-ray as well.
I might not even need a 4K if they were to make one. Like this is a pretty damn good transfer.
You get a lot of good color as well as like there's like the noise doesn't feel like it's very prominent, but it also doesn't feel like it's reduced at all. Like it feels like it's naturally there.
Hmm.
It like drives me nuts when I watch a movie and it just looks like there's like that digital noise reduction where you can kind of like see it like almost like painted over.
Hmm.
Like, did you see the transfer for True Lies?
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna buy
Yeah, it looks
that.
ridiculous.
It's like, I guess I'll just keep the DVD I've had for a long time.
It
I
makes you
always love
wonder if
this
the Blu-ray looks like that
shot
as
going
well.
down.
Oh, this is like a famous like like famous I can't remember what it's called, like the building they're shooting in. I can't remember.
I'm
Didn't
sure a lot of
Chris
stuff is probably shot
Stuckman
here.
shoot here? Like for his new movie that he said?
Maybe. This I feel like The Walking Dead shot here too.
You know, I think they probably did as well. It's like a pretty famous penitentiary that I'm thinking about, but it may or may not be
Yeah.
the same one.
Probably just like used only for like filming now and stuff. You got me, or did you? He's always thinking. Although after all that, when it cuts back to this, it's like really like lit melodramatic, very like 50s and glossed, as opposed to what it was very blue and cold what you just watched.
Yeah, it does a very good job of like causing a distinction or like placing a distinction between the
Mm-hmm.
timelines.
Mm-hmm. God,
There he
Christopher
is,
Walken so good in this movie.
the Padishah Emperor.
He's so good in this movie.
He's gonna go on stage and say, "I stuck a watch up my ass."
Two mice. When we get to the scenes, it's probably honestly one of his best acting moments that he's ever done later in the movie. But he like improved it. It was so good. We'll talk about that when we get there. Oh, look at that smoke. It's like Schindler's List.
So refreshing to watch a movie that is like well lit and does
I
a good
know.
job of.
That's what I think we talked about that on the last podcast I did, where it's like, and I get the idea of movies going for like really natural lighting, which is like I get it. You want it to look realistic, but like give me like movies that look like this. Like, what is that giant light that's coming from back? Like, it doesn't look natural. Like, people will be like, "Why are you blasting a light on them from behind like that?" Or like just a random light that's just in the background. Because if you establish that early, like early on in the movie, being like, "Okay, this is how I'm gonna light this movie," just really crazy lighting that's just not realistic,
Yeah, I
then
mean,
the
you can
audience
get
will
used
the
to
audience will
it.
buy it.
It's
The
in a
audience will
lot of
buy it.
movies from this like a lot of movies from this time looked exactly like this, where like you have like that
Yeah.
silhouette-ish kind of style look for every single person.
Mhm.
It doesn't like blend together. It's nice to be able to see everything for a once.
I do think some people might need to calibrate their TVs a little bit, but
Oh
I do
yeah,
agree to some aspects that, yeah, some things are kinda they're pretty dark. Especially, like, right there, like, you just again, well, it's a filmmaking technique, but how the windows are
just
blown
blow
out
out your
there, so you
windows. Yeah,
'cause you can then you can shoot it at any time of day, but it's not, like, natural. See, look how bright it is there, but it's so blue in the back. They actually do a really good job of making Leo look really young in this.
how old was he when he shot this?
This
Probably
was
his
two probably
20s.
they probably filmed it 2001, so it came out 2 because he was, like, 8, 17, 18 when they did Titanic, and that was 97, so he's probably, like, 24,
24, 25, you think?
but he still looks so young.
So I think it's the hair. It's always the hair. Like if they do something to
Yeah,
someone's hair, they can always make them look young for some reason.
the hair and the hair and the costume design.
Him wearing that like super tiny jacket or like that sweater makes it. Yeah,
Mhm.
like I think it's the Christmas sweater.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't know any better, if someone took that shot of him standing there and told me that that was like a Home Alone 3 movie, I'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Damn, to look right at him. That's good. He reads comics.
He's reading The Flash. What a nerd. Isn't that how he
What
gets
a
like the names
man.
as the like Barry Allen?
Yeah, he's just Barry Allen, yeah. Yeah, that's just like his pseudonym name or whatever. Like, or he checks into hotels, it's
Oh,
Barry
like
Allen.
yeah, like an alias. I wonder if he reads Madam Web.
It's his favorite movie now.
You think he like just sits by the comic books wondering like, I hope we get a Madam Web movie someday. I hope it's really good. War hero.
Gotta have one of the most distinct voices like ever.
That's how you know that he's got a good voice. Is anybody you talk to who can do a good Christopher Walken impression, they do it every time.
Yeah.
Get this little thief.
Yeah. Damn. Did it slip off her neck? Hey, he's like trying to be like his driver. Like,
He said, "Don't hit the curb."
yeah.
Immediately hits it.
If anything, his father is probably a better con man than he was. But
That's how
he
we
was more
learn.
like more realistic, as in like, I mean, I'm not gonna be a pilot, but like I'll take some money from this bank. Like,
I'll take some money from this bank, but I'm not gonna fly a plane.
yeah. Yeah, I really like the lighting in this movie a lot.
It's got like a nice, like almost
It's
it's like
got
a
that
very warm
50s,
color tone.
yeah, that 50s like gloss over it.
Yeah. Like all the lights on those lamps look like it's just
Mhm.
glowing.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen what's that movie called Atonement
Mhm.
that Joe Wright did where he like what did he do to get that like dreamy look in like the movie? It's like he put like pantyhose over like the lens and he just stretched it really tight.
I love little things like that. He just like like yours probably
Just
like
like
some
camera
like
tricks. Yeah, it's
underwear,
insane.
yeah. Really thin, like probably like leggings or something.
They used to put ugly people in movies. We need to get back to that. People are too hot.
Maybe he's not as good as he thought he was. I like how he didn't allow his son to come into the bank though with him,
Yeah,
because that
like
was that was
he
a
didn't
that
want to
was a
set a bad
harder thing to,
example.
yeah, that was a harder thing to like. He didn't want to have like him have his son see him like not like essentially fail, and he did. Very jazzy score. I love it.
Yeah, it's good. Reminds you of, like the Road to Perdition score.
Mm-hmm. Came out
Bridge of
same year.
Spies kind of sounds like this as well. I think about it.
That was actually, I don't think Williams did that one. That was actually, speaking of, or that was Thomas Newman.
Oh no, I know he didn't do it. I just mean that it sounds similar. Like
Mm-hmm.
it almost has that same kind of feel to it, like the tone and everything.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I'd have some pancakes.
Bro, if I had pancakes for my birthday at age 19, I would lose my fucking shit. I would be doing backflips. I'd be so happy.
Some pancakes and play some video games. Like,
Mom said we could play Halo all night.
you put like 25 bucks in, kid's rich. I mean, back then, 25 bucks could probably buy you a Buick. Like,
That's from a time when you could go to like a freaking carnival and just throw a dart at a freaking balloon and they were like, hey, you got a 2 bedroom.
yeah, 25 bucks could get you so much then. Movies were like 10, 20 cents or a
Like tickets
dollar.
for a movie?
50s, yeah. Tickets were probably like maybe a couple bucks, if that, tops.
Oh yeah.
Maybe 2, $3 for like a night showing. A day showing is probably like $1.50.
I thought you meant like home media. I was like, bro,
Oh no,
I was like, they
that
cost a
that
lot
didn't
more than that.
didn't come around until 80s Laserdisc.
Yeah.
Because you
Video
guess you could
stores
buy
have like
like
kind of a
film
deal, I
reels.
guess.
Oh, I love this part coming up. This is the scene coming up when he pretends to be the teacher.
He kills it too. I remember watching this for the first time and thinking, like, how did and this is a true story, is what's crazy to me. I mean, just how did he do all this?
Also love the costume design change. Like you'd only seen him now before in like sweaters, and now that he's in like his dad wore a suit, so now he's wearing a suit, so now he's gonna start conning. I would never do that. Like obviously there's obviously school bullies, but like just nudging
Yeah.
the new guy, like what the fuck, dude? Like this is so good here.
You think you're
Like
cool because you can make me cry?
yeah, the balls to just do this. I love the cutback. Just oh fuck. Oh,
I
there's
love
that
that trope of
Spielberg.
just yelling off like five different names that are just nowhere near yours.
I love how like certain directors have their own thing. Like Spielberg's is always lighting, just massive light that just usually from the back. Of course, his name's Brad. That's your name, Brad.
Just Brad.
Of
Could have
course.
been Chad, Brad.
Sorry to all the Brads out there.
His friend's name is Tanner.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be insane. I feel so bad for her. Like she just came all the way there. Probably took her all morning to get there. This is great. This is great right here. Fascinating. You
I
what?
love how Christopher Walken. He what?
You what? I love what he says. Like I think it's coming up where he's like he's planning a field trip next week. He's planning. Yeah, a class field trip.
To a
I love
French
the I
bread
love the
factory.
I love the blocking in that though, where you kept the teacher in between them because they're both gonna have different opinions on. The mother's gonna be like basically like, "What the fuck? Like it's not my son," and then obviously Christopher Walken's gonna be like, he comes out with like a little smirk, being like, "Nice." Like, guy's so smart, man. I've seen her in other stuff. I think she was in Accepted. Have you ever seen that comedy, Accepted
I
with
have.
Justin Long? I
Ask
think
me
she's in
about my
that.
wiener.
See how she's like disappointed, but then like he's like,
The dad just like
nice.
daps him up.
Yeah, I mean like that's actually hilarious that you just did that. The little smirk.
You ever see
Oh,
Donnie Darko?
yeah.
When they call the parents in and then he like says like what did he say exactly? And then she's like, he told me to stick the card up my anus or something like that. The dad just laughs.
Oh no. Remember me, son? I love like he comes out with his arms on his side. Like he's like Superman. Like, your mom was cheating there, Leo.
He doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, see how like overly lit it is?
Yeah.
It's like you wouldn't see this unless like Spielberg is making a movie. Like he did it with obviously the Fablemans, but like it would be lit like so natural and like probably dark. Like that's such like no light does that. Like in the kitchen, just like boom,
That
like that
light
bright.
like shining on her specifically, yeah.
Yeah, it's so
It's
bright.
like
Like
making
that's
a point to like also
yeah,
like her dress is so blue and
yeah.
everything else in the rest of the like the room over here in the living room is just like more of like a neutral color almost.
Mm-hmm. I've been blocked looking away. He knows what just happened.
Oh yeah. Bro, this is really just the Fablemans again. He's
This
had
one,
trauma about his divorce or his parents' divorce for a long time.
oh yeah. Yeah, like every movie essentially just and I think he even said it wasn't until the Fablemans when he like realized that like a lot of the stories that he would make or movies he would make just dealt with the same themes. Like you're like, oh, I'm clearly just directing my life all the time. This whole scene's been since they opened the door and it pulled back. It's been
Yeah, it's
one
been one
take.
shot. She's trying to bribe him.
Yeah,
Record albums. They're called records or
record
albums. They're
album.
not both. Get it right, mom.
That's probably the point. Like she doesn't know what they're like, just to get him out.
He took
He
the
knows.
money and just closed the door.
Yeah, he knows what you did. Oh, I love this shot coming up when he's in the kitchen. Oh, again, he's not confident when he's like doesn't have the suit on.
Yeah, he's like a whole different person.
Like how bright the light is. Oh, it's beautiful.
That hat was lit like it's freaking Indiana Jones or something, bro.
This shot right here when it cuts back to him and he stands under it when he's in the kitchen. That's one of my favorite like Spielberg shots right here. That one. Oh,
Yeah.
so good. Again, so like that's not realistic, but like I love how he thought like his mother was like cheating again, but it's actually like, oh, they're actually getting the divorce now. Yeah, you're right. This is very Spielberg about his life.
Yeah, like down to like everything. It's insane how I'm realizing it.
And he always plays this theme when it's the things aren't going right in Frank's life.
Kind of reminds me a lot of I mean, I guess the grandma kind of reminds me a lot of like the Fablemans, the scene that he has with the grandfather on the and like in the
Mm-hmm.
bedroom.
I like how this is though, because there's like they're all talking to him. It's just so much going on. So many like look this way, look this way. I'm talking now, like because that's how it would
Yeah.
be as a kid. You're like, I don't know, like what's going on right now. Like,
There's so much happening in such a like everyone is
yeah,
talking calmly, but it is like from every direction he could be getting pressure from. It's like everything is
mm-hmm.
just coming at him.
Like you have to decide right now, like where do you want to live? Like it's like Jesus, like breaks the fourth wall there. Yeah, you're right. This is like Spielberg running away from his family life growing up. Breaks the fourth wall again.
He's running off to become an artist. He might get a ticket to some boat. Who knows? He might meet some beautiful girl on a boat. Everything will turn out fine. $350.
Okay, if I write you a check.
Nothing.
I like how you do this though. Like you establish their relationship like right away. That's in the future. So you're like, okay, now I can get. You already know how it's going to end. Essentially, like, okay, he gets caught at some point.
Yeah, it's almost just like
But we haven't
trying
even
to wonder
seen.
how he gets there.
We haven't even seen Tom Hanks in the past yet. We've only seen him in the future. Well, I guess that's not. I mean, the future of the movie, not obviously our time. Like,
in the future.
This is Back to the Future Part 4.
Back to the Future Part 4.
Oof, there's your old school shot. That's very old Hollywood.
Seen a lot of noir movies. You can see like the detective. How will I solve this murder?
People are kissing upstairs. I'm bored. I'm ready to make a fake check. Yes, that's 1948. That's cool.
Can never be done now.
I know. I think people don't even write checks anymore, really, unless you're like paying rent, and that's still like kind of outdated now.
Yeah.
What I love here too, look, he's not in a suit, so he tries this, but it doesn't work because now the manager's over here. Just very subtle costume design. See how he's still not as like they're still like nope.
He looks like a kid. It's almost like intentional, like the costume design. Doesn't he find Amy Adams here somewhere? Or is it
Amy Adams is until further down. He finds Elizabeth Banks is one of the bank
who
tellers.
it is. That's
There's a lot of people. There's actually a lot of people in this movie. Like Jennifer Garner's in this movie too.
Just the shine of all the cars, like they glisten. They glisten, dude.
Foreshadowing. I'm gonna be a pilot for Pan America.
And look at all those girls he's with. Of course he wants to be a pilot.
They actually made a TV show called Pan Am. One of Margot Robbie's first.
Oh yeah, roles. Like 20. I remember she's really young in it, but I've not seen it personally. No.
This guy's in 24. This actor. I forget his name. Abagnale Stationaries. He's so good at being like right here. He's so good at being like a little kid here. like a little like yearbook, like a little yearbook guy in high school.
Or can I take your picture for the school paper?
Yeah. I want everything about being a pilot, like the way he says it. And like back then, obviously, again, like 9/11 changed everything. So it's like you could easily just walk in at Pan Am and be like, "Hey, I'm a student. Can I talk to the head of Pan Am?" Sure.
Can I talk to the head of Pan Am? Yeah. It's not like it's a security risk whatsoever.
Yeah. Hey, can I get a badge? Yeah, keep this one. Yeah, sure. Sick. Yeah.
You can never just walk into a business like that. Just ask questions like that. Yeah, he tells them everything, bro. That was just like this.
Yeah. Can I get a copy of this? You can keep that one. It's like, that's cool. Thanks. I love that. Thanks.
Thanks. You just helped me. You just helped me. You just help me break the law. My cat came up and just snuggles up next to me as I'm watching this.
But I guess that's like the point. Like people are so like kind of dumb in this movie, and he's just like so much smarter than everybody.
I mean, also, it's like you were saying, like just security risk. Like I'm sure that now, if anybody tried to buy some sort of uniform from stuff like that,
Oh
they'd
yeah,
probably have to like provide some sort of like ID or something.
yeah. Like he just goes to this warehouse. Like oh yeah, just go to the warehouse. But
I
again,
mean,
now
it's,
he's got his pilot suit, so it's like now he's got the confidence. As long as you strut in there with confidence like that pilot.
realistically, if you wanted to, I mean, you could probably get a job being a pilot just doing shit like this.
Yeah.
Back then, anyway. Back then, all you had to do was just be a really good liar to have a job.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because like how are they gonna check all that information? Like
I'll bill Pan Am and they'll take it out of your next check. That is
yeah.
insane.
Yep, bill them because I don't work for Pan Am. So I just got a free pilot seat. Like, why would a pilot
He,
just be walking down New York City streets like that?
he just landed
Yeah.
and everyone's checking him out. It's like, I've never seen a pilot before. Yeah, because they don't walk around the streets of New York.
This movie's like pretty sexual.
Yeah. All the stuff with Amy Adams is pretty crazy too.
Yeah, the same bank manager. That's good though, because it's like obviously you as an audience member, and obviously Frank knows that we've already met this guy before, but now that he's in there with more confidence, the manager doesn't remember that kid that tried to scam the bank like
Yeah.
a week ago or 3 days ago.
It's also really interesting to see how like the lighting on his face doesn't look like it almost looks like it's glowing in like
Mm-hmm.
a very specific way, like to show us like this guy is a changed man, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even if he's not changed, like it feels like he's changed. That's how everyone else sees him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got what the kids call Riz.
He's got the Riz.
He's got that Riz.
I didn't know what that was for the longest time. I was like, "What are you saying?" Someone said that to me. It's like, "What's Riz?"
He got some Riz, bro. You
Look,
know who's got hella
up to
Riz?
300.
I've been showing my girlfriend the original James Bond movies and the Sean Connery ones, and just like showing her those. I was like,
Oh
dude,
yeah,
got some
still the
Riz.
still the best Bond.
That's
Like it's like
insane.
it's like genius if you like think about it. Like this kid's like 17.
You're gonna sit here and tell me that you're gonna take this guy to jail? Come on.
Yeah.
If anything, he's
Oh
pointed out some
yeah.
pretty gaping holes in
That's
your
like
system.
that's the whole point at the end. It's like Tom Hanks' character. It's just like why does this guy work for us? Like he's like clearly the smartest person in the world with this stuff. Like
What is it that I'm trying to think of? I mean, it's a lot like the like what you see in movies, like serial killer movies. Like if you can't find the killer, be the killer.
yeah.
Silence of the Lambs type shit.
And there you go. Confidence. Boom. First try it. Got it.
He's just got like hella planes in the sink. Man has an endless supply of cash.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna like, okay, you have to spread these out because when they start getting onto them. Oh yeah, and then I think she's coming up here from Grey's Anatomy. What's her name?
You're talking about her?
No, she's coming up in the next scene. Because this is when he's about to get onto the. He's a deadhead because he didn't know what it was, and cuts to. Are you my deadhead? I think it's right here. Her.
Oh, is it like Ellen something?
Ellen Pompeo. That's it. Yeah.
Ellen Pompeo.
Yeah, she's a Meredith Grey, I guess. So young in this. Pre old school Ellen Pompeo. I love how he changes his voice to be like some like kind of southern jumping butt. Like just
Jumping puddles.
yeah, jumping butt. He has no idea where to go. That seat looks so comfortable.
His ass was numb after 2 minutes. I already know it.
Oh yeah.
I loved the look of like when he's at the airport, all like the old luggage, like that ugly, like round shit.
Mm-hmm. I would definitely throw up right there. Like there's like that view, like going
Yeah.
so fast, you'd be like, oh god. But you better hold that in, or else this guy like this guy's not a pilot. Puking. Yeah, I think Pan Am was like made where it was like entertainment in the sky. Like you could get up and just like walk around, and it
Have
was
like a
very
flash mob dance up
spacious.
there.
Yeah, it was like very spacious. Oh, did it?
He really does just have the Riz.
He's got the riz. Damn, all the food on the ground though. They gotta pick that up. I guess that's a good way to do like a sex scene. Obviously, that's how you make it PG-13. But you just like show something shaking. Like so it's
Yeah.
like clearly they
It's like
clearly
that's
they're
like
having
the
sex.
oldest trick in the book.
Yeah. Damn, $2 bills. You that Thomas Jefferson in there?
Yeah.
Get some $2. We should bring back the $2.
I feel like everyone at some point has had one as like good luck and then just either lost it or
Yeah.
gave it away.
I have one on my fridge. A bank will still take it, but then they essentially take it and then they shred it because it's like not like a thing
There she
anymore.
is.
Elizabeth
Betty
Banks.
Brandt, the director of Cocaine Bear.
I love her like laugh here. She's actually a really underrated actor, Elizabeth Banks.
I think she's awesome. She's a very, very good actress. Yeah.
But I guess she kind of really only does like comedy.
I would really like to see her in like a really good drama.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not like this, but just because it feels like she's very young, clearly. You know what I mean? But like something like
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yeah, like the more like every time I rewatch this movie, I'm like, this movie is actually pretty sexual in like the first half. Like,
It's like kind of horny. Yeah.
yeah. Like, here we go.
All the stuff with Amy Adams is like, I think the horniest this movie ever gets because it's so clearly
Mm-hmm.
like being like overtly specific about something.
I love how I went to handheld here.
Yeah. Kind of gives us the idea that, Leonardo DiCaprio's life is like kind of more stable,
Yeah.
even though it isn't, and it kind of feels more precise. It
Mm-hmm.
reminds me a lot of David Fincher's camera work, like specifically with the preciseness of it all.
Yeah. But I love this whole scene because it's like he's just trying to convince them, and they're like, "What are you talking about, dude? Like, this makes no sense. What you're talking about?"
Me explaining to people at work why film and digital are very different formats.
Mm. Me showing 4K quality versus DVD quality. It's
The
it's actually
4K
kind of
quality that you give us.
like interesting, like how checks work. Like this scene, you're like, it's kind of interesting how like checks work like that. This guy's always good at playing just like a jackass.
Like a dumb jackass in every
Yeah,
movie, yeah.
like he's always just that
An
supporting
absolute
character.
prick.
Yeah, like he's the I think he's the principal in October Sky too, and he's just like kind of a prick in that too until like halfway through, then he starts to become like nice.
You know, that movie is based off of a novel called Rocket Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know why it's called October Sky?
It's jumbled up Rocket Boys. The
It's
title.
it's like an acronym or an
Yeah,
anagram, I think is what it's called, like whenever you change up the letters and shit, yeah. Which is crazy. The studio thought that Rocket Boys wouldn't sell.
yeah.
It's like, are you kidding me? If I saw a movie named Rocket Boys, I'd watch it immediately.
This is the scene that probably some of Christopher Walken's probably best acting he's ever done. Sounds like maybe like Deer Hunter.
Deer Hunter's so good, dude.
Like he improvs this like I think it's coming up. I'll show you when it hits. And now he's just like his dad was. And this is like I think this the scene when his dad starts to realize that like Frank, I think you're doing like a little too much. It's when he's talking about like the first time he like saw the mother. He like improvs like one of the takes. Oh, he slides it back to him.
About me? You worried?
Two mice.
Two mice fell in a bucket of cream, Frank. Which one am I?
Yeah, Frank, take it easy. So it's like this whole part right here.
Strange. I can kind of see like the resemblance. I can see why Christopher Walken got cast as his dad.
Mm-hmm. So like this right here, he's supposed to play it just like straightforward. So in the one take, I think it was like we done like a couple takes. This was like the third or fourth take in. He just started to cry like this. So the Spielberg just like obviously like just went with it. And then like once they yelled cut, Spielberg like there's you can it's in the behind the scenes on the Blu-ray. He like walks up to him. He's like, "That was incredible." Like he's like, "No, like I don't think you understand. Like that was incredible what you just did. Like the decision for you to do that." Because we're walking just like, yeah, yeah. like Spielberg was just like, "Holy shit!" Like
He's like, holy
he's
shit,
just
dude. I didn't know you could do that.
because he just like played it straight before. Like that's how it was just written is like just straight.
Yeah.
And he just was like, "What this take? What if I just kind of cry?" Like
You can really see too in his eyes, like he wasn't like it's so spontaneous and out of the blue. Like
yeah.
even now, it's like his eyes are just completely dry. But
Like he just made the decision right before he probably started. Like I'm gonna cry here, see what happens. Because then when you cut back to like now, like the tears are kind of gone.
yeah, they
So
were
it's like clear
completely gone
different
when that
take.
shot started.
So like it's like, and then the close up, it's there still. So
Yeah,
it's like, so now that you know that, you can always tell me like, oh yeah, they just he wasn't supposed to do that. See, like how the tears are gone now on this close up, that close up. Like,
Two different takes, yeah.
yeah.
It's good though. Like that's something that I would have never known about that movie unless somebody told me.
Hmm.
Which like I've only seen this like twice before.
That was like a scene where some people like you'd watch that, you're like, damn, that guy's a good actor. Like, I love this.
This guy always plays like a doofus in movies too.
And the guy in the back is in Band of Brothers.
I need to watch that. I own it, but I haven't seen it yet.
That's probably why he's in this, because of Hanks and Spielberg. So like, like I love it.
A lot of the same cast members.
It's going
You see that a
to.
lot with a lot of directors.
Nice that they're actually driving too. Going probably
Yeah.
like 10, 15 miles an hour, but like actually driving. You know, he tells a joke here. You hear me tell you a joke?
Wait, let's see what the geezer has.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
Good one use.
Yeah. Yeah, one F-bomb. Actually, I think this is rated R. Is it? I don't know.
I think it's
Probably
PG
13.
13.
I think it's 13, yeah. So you get one F-bomb. That's it. Think of the children.
Think of the kids.
We could have guns and shootouts, but two F-bombs is where I draw the line.
As much blood as you want. Yeah, it's PG 13.
Yeah. One F-bomb. He's here now.
Oh, he acts like another cop too.
Yeah. Foreshadowing. We might see them again. We should bring back the skinny ties.
I like the look of them. You know when you see a movie when the guys are always wearing like the thickest ties in the world, it's like get out of here, take that shit off.
Like the 2000s are like the worst with like really baggy like suits
Yeah,
and big ties, and
it's like what are
that
you
was the
talking
style though.
heads?
Yeah, that was the style though.
Makes me think of Danny DeVito and Matilda.
Mm. I love how like Tom Hanks kind of plays this character like a little over the top too. Like runs in.
He acts like a rookie. Yeah,
yeah. Like it's fraud, man. We don't like scream at me. Like
yeah.
this guy's not like a wanted serial killer. Like
Shut up.
but yeah, I love like the how it seems like this makes it seem like it's his first like ever like confrontation with anybody. Which is actually it makes this scene even better because it's like they're both their first like interactions like in this type of situation.
Yeah, he's trying to make him seem like he's crazy.
Yeah.
He's gaslighting him, really.
Yeah. And he falls right into the trap. Look at this. Like the balls to be like, hey, look, here's all the checks I made, essentially, but I'm gonna play a different character. I love that they show one moment where like his confidence breaks for a second. It's right after this. Look at this car. Look. Makes me like a blind man. Right. See, like how he knows him, Murph. Yeah, right here. This is where you see him, like he breaks for a second, like, oh shit, like.
Whoa, what's your name? He's asking him for his ID. That
I
is
know.
crazy.
It's so good. Just like the confidence to be like, all right, I'm gonna take my stuff now.
Yeah.
Oh, nice to meet you, FBI agent.
Like,
You're looking for
don't
me the
mind
whole
me.
time.
Don't mind me. Just gonna grab my shit and get out of here.
Or like, yeah, it's like the wallet. Yeah, you can hang on to that.
It's like the leaning over on his knees.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's supposed to be like that was like probably the first time he's ever really like being like, oh, we got him, I guess. And then but I just love and then you bring the music kind of slowly in. Being like, so good. Gotcha.
Just
That'll
stuff
come
he
up
took off all
later.
these labels.
Yeah. That'll come up later.
That guy just eating a freaking popsicle.
Now he's interested.
Well, now they know who they're looking after.
Yeah. Because I'm sure that he probably thought it was just some like old, like again, probably like an old guy, like whatever. Yeah, like whatever. We'll eventually get that guy. It's like, no, this guy's actually really like. I just interacted with him. He's really freaking smart. I love this right here. You want to hear another? You want to hear a joke? Imagine telling your boss, so "Fuck off." Knock, knock.
I like how they don't show us the second time just because we already heard it the first time, and you can't use the second F bomb. That's how they really get you.
Oh, he's back here. Yeah, dummy. He's sitting right next to you. Yeah, like obviously you can't do that. There would be cameras and like you'd find him right away. Damn right I am. There you go.
James Bond. There he is, Sean Connery.
Speak of the devil.
The Riz Master himself.
I always love this shot. I had a big, huge crane to go in there. You honestly, you probably might reverse that shot so you'd start up close on him. So you can get the focus. So you can get the focus. So sometimes when you see those shots, just like if you kind of look at the crowd, they're kind of going sometimes a little bit in reverse. But on a first pass watch, no one's going to notice that.
Especially with a shot that happens as fast as that. When you focusing on him as well, from him so far away and just only focused on him, yeah.
Dresses like Bond now.
It's the car for me.
Oh yeah. Here, Spielberg finally made his little Bond sequence. He's always wanted to make a Bond movie. There you go. He made his little Bond sequence. Here's Jennifer Garner.
There we go. There we go. It's Electra.
But I love that like sexual tension. You just show like just feet, like just a
Yeah.
little turn, and then like his feet. This is very like 40s, like in 50s, like staging. Having her
Yeah.
way down, like all of this framing, using the
If
full
you
set.
if you like gave this more of like the 4:3 ratio as well and kind of just centered everything a little bit more, yeah, it'd look exactly like that.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
He is Sean Connery, bro.
Yeah. Cut to
She's reading the
him,
post.
him, him doing laundry. Jennifer. This is probably like around Alias Jennifer Garner. No,
Around what?
Alias Jennifer Garner. Did you
Oh,
ever see
whenever
that
she
show?
was like, um, I don't think I've ever seen it, but I do know about it. This was like right before she took off too. 2001 to 2006. So yeah, it's probably like right when that started.
Yeah, this is when she was like really kind of taken off. Yeah, this whole sequence is kind of like he wants to be Bond. She's a Bond girl, but he still doesn't really. He hasn't gotten this far when it comes to like being this SWAT, like being the Sean
Yeah.
Connery, being the James Bond.
He's got the full suit now. He knows what he
Yeah.
knows who he is.
Oh, I didn't know I had to pay.
Give her a check, bud.
She's really good in like this only scene that she's in. I guess she's in two scenes, the hallway and then this. Probably worked for like 2 days, if that.
Probably got a good check from it too, though. From Spielberg.
Yeah, you're not going to deny Spielberg role.
Oh yeah.
Leo's only worked with him once, Spielberg.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about it. He's worked with Scorsese a few times. Now I think about it.
Yeah,
I
Leo and
mean,
Scorsese are they're like the De Niro and Scorsese of like when I was growing up, when we were growing up, the Leo and Scorsese were that time.
oh yeah.
Done like I don't know how many movies together. 6, 7 maybe. No, I mean not that much, but maybe 5. I love how like the whole like and now we cut to this and now they're just talking about like their entire demeanor just changed when it came to talking about like money. Like
It's no longer horny. It's just
yeah, it's not horny
business.
anymore.
It's the art of the deal. She's making change for him, you see.
Yeah.
She just gave him money for him to rizz her up.
Yeah. Yeah, you gave me money. I didn't make any of that other money.
If anything, he's the prostitute here.
Oof, that sucks. Dude, I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, are you kidding me?
My little tiny baby shirt is red now.
I love how you like edit. Like, you clearly don't need that scene at all. but like how you edit together like him, Leah's and Frank sleeping with her, to him just doing laundry with old women. Like
Yeah, like
like you
he's
just
just
like
this 20-year-old kid, or his 19-year-old kid freaking doing all of
yeah.
this, and then
And
he's
this
like a
guy,
grown man.
you intercut horny scenes with like doing laundry at a laundromat. Like this is a Christmas movie. There's a Christmas tree in the back. He always calls on Christmas.
It's like a menacing kind of call. Do you always work on Christmas?
Yeah. But it builds into a beautiful friendship.
I got a flight to catch, bro. So I was just trying to call you to let you know.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you wrote down 4 numbers in a letter. He almost got you.
If anything, Frank makes him a better FBI agent.
Yeah, he's pointing out some pretty
He
poor service here.
was good in the beginning, but yeah, like he was like good with. He's basically good at being like a desk job, but not like in the field. He's like was kind of bad, and he progresses over the movie.
He's not a field agent.
You know what? This is kind of a coming of age movie for both of them. Every movie's a coming of age movie if you really think about it. If you really want it to be. Just like every movie's a Christmas movie if you really
It's
want
just
it
the
to be.
Fablemans again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, as long as there's a Christmas scene in the bag.
It's a Christmas movie. It's like whenever they make like Harry Potter, like obviously like there's like 2 Christmas scenes, but you're like these do feel like holiday time watching
Do you
these.
remember when they would like run those on like ABC Family
It's
every year?
oh yeah,
Like the
it's on
30
every
Days of
weekend.
Christmas, and they would always put like Christmas movies on.
I always say it's not a weekend if Harry Potter isn't on.
Oh yeah.
Damn. He bested him in that scene.
He did tell him where he was. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. That's what I love. Like he's like, oh, he actually did tell me. Maybe he would have turned himself in there if he didn't.
I love me a
If he
good
actually met
diner
him.
scene.
Movies make diners look just like so good. You're like, I want to go to a diner.
I wish diners were real. You a big
Diner
comic book
coffee.
nut? Doesn't he ask him?
Yeah.
Comic books.
What else is this guy in? Oh, he's in like a comedy or something.
He's got a lot of. He reminds me of like someone very specific. I mean, I think he's got like a really goofy role
Oh,
in some
he's also
movie.
he's also in Accepted. He blows up the car with his mind. He's
Is he
also in
really?
Accepted. Yeah. 2 accepted cast members in Catch Me If You Can.
There's got to be one more that he's in, because I remember his face pretty significant. Like he has a very specific face.
He's definitely in like a bunch of like teen comedy movies. I guess at that time you would consider him a kid. Like nowadays, if someone's like, I mean,
He reads
everybody,
comics. It's like, yeah, so does
everything,
everyone, dude.
yeah. Now today, I guess at that time, like comics were just, it's like probably 1950. Comics had been around for maybe
A few
tops
years.
20, like 30 years. So yeah, it makes sense. Like he'd probably still be a kid. So that kind of makes sense. Again, if this was now, you'd be like, well, everybody reads comics now, man. Doesn't matter what age you are, because
Yeah.
people that read comics as a kid now read them in their 70s and 80s. So
Well, he did also ask him if he's a collector too. So it's like it's pretty clear that like adults do read
yeah.
comics. It's just a matter of like they don't really read them. They use them as like just pieces of like their collection, like huge pieces
Mm-hmm.
of cash.
I love just the photo of her husband in the back. It's just like with
In front of
the
in front of the
American.
American flag.
Yeah. I always love like they like stand out so much in this scene because everything's just so like there's no dark colors in that room besides them. Like even
Yeah.
she's wearing green, and the chair she's in is green.
It also doesn't help that like this doofus right here just keeps
Yeah, he
reaching
just
for
wants food
that.
the whole time.
Like it's no wonder this kid's freaking fooling all of you.
Yeah. I love how he doesn't look though. but
He
he
just
looks
hands it to
but
him.
he but if you look at it closely, he doesn't he's about to like stab him. He's like the way he's holding it, he like wants to stab him, but he like just like just go away.
He's the only one who's
But
taking this seriously.
I know. Well, we're gonna find him now.
That's the
There he
kid.
is. It's Barry Allen. Looks at the camera. So now that we know that he knows, obviously we know. But
So
I
now
always
he knows that we know because he knows.
I love this little bit of dialogue. Oh, how much is it? I'll write a check. Anyway, he says it. There. Yeah, it's just about 1.3 million. Got a check for that? Oh,
Well, she did pick up an extra shift. I picked up an extra shift at the factory.
It's like, ma'am, you got a nice house, but I doubt you have a 1.3 million in your bank account.
Atlanta, Georgia. Look at that.
I'm pretty
I gotta
sure
find this
this
place.
this is actually LA because I think they use this house a lot for filming. It's literally built and rented out for filming. It's in the hills.
Oh, I believe it. That's crazy. We didn't have Vikash on this episode.
I
He
know
could have seen George on there.
You could have seen it. We will once we start the director series.
We got Following and Memento. We got a double feature.
That's coming soon to the viewers, so be prepared for that.
Oh, did I just spoil that?
No,
I think I was gonna say I think you put it on Twitter.
I've already announced it. Yeah, I've already announced it. But here she is.
Oh
Young
no, she's got the little
Amy
braces
Adams.
and everything.
She's really good in this movie.
There's something about the pigtails too. Like Steven Spielberg knew what he was doing.
Again, it's like she's probably like at this maybe I could see her like maybe 18, 19, but it makes it look she's so
definitely
young.
playing like more of a kid.
Yeah, put braces on her and pigtails. She'll look like she's like 15.
He put braces on her and then he took a good look and he was like, "What can we do to make you hotter?"
She's probably
not even hotter, but like
she's probably like she's probably supposed to be like 18, 19. But she looks so young. That's some great slick back hair though. I'm losing my hair, so anytime I see some good hair, I'm like, that's some good hair.
It's a good head of hair.
Leo's always had a good head of hair. She's so good at like being like acting like a child, like in this.
Yeah.
Like, even though I guess she's probably supposed to be like 18, 19, wants to be a nurse, probably a nursing student. Got them off last year. He kind of hinted that I might be a little younger. I hated braces, man. Ugh.
I never had them.
I had them for like 2 years. They hurt. Oh, when you had to tighten them, your mouth friggin' hurt. I mean, your teeth are essentially moving into the correct position. Leo, you didn't wear your mouth guard because your bottom teeth are crooked. So you didn't wear your mouth guard. You liar.
He's been bad about it. They got to keep reminding him to do it.
Yeah, dude, if I was like the government, I'd be like, I want this guy working for me. Catch him, and now he's working for us. He's the head of the fraud department now. Sorry, Frank. Sorry, hey, Carl. He has your job now because he's
He's
better than you.
I can't remember where he's from. I remember someone that I talked to from Oklahoma said that they met him, but he was much older at that point whenever he met him. But the real
Yeah, I
guy,
wonder how old
anyway. I
he
mean,
is. He's probably got to be like in his 80s now, 90s. He's born in probably like 38. Is that what his birth certificate said?
uh, I think so. I didn't catch what it said on the birth certificate as far as like his
Like look at
real.
that. Like now he's ER. Like this is insane.
Oh, he's 75 now.
Yeah. Okay. Probably retired.
The first article I see looking at this dude's name, "Catch Me If You Can, con man Frank Abagnale lied about his lies."
Yeah, I think they said that he may have exaggerated some of the stuff. Yeah, he's like watching like MASH and like to figure out.
It must be it'd be like kids
Well, this is
watching
this
freaking
is pre-MASH, but yeah, he's just
like the
watching like
equivalent of
medical
kids watching
shits.
like Grey's Anatomy.
Honestly, I think if you watch what they're on season 20 now, like you probably know some medical jargon by now. Like,
Oh yeah, you could probably just fake it.
yeah, you'd be like, yeah, give me like 3 cc's. I don't know what you mean, but sure.
Let's see,
Love
we're
how
gonna
she's
kill this
just
patient.
smiling. I love how she was just smiling.
I've been trying to show you all night. Ew. Don't talk like that, girl.
That's highly unethical.
You're a doctor, Leo.
You're her boss.
It's very unprofessional. Like you are a learned doctor. His
The
freaking
hair.
hair.
The hair. Love like the kick she does here. Cut to handheld because now it's like, oh shit.
Now
Now
he's
I'm gonna
got to
have
do
to.
something.
Yeah, now I gotta do something.
That
The
bloody
blood.
sheet.
Yeah, just jeez. Bone sticking out. I love this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you concur? Like, yeah.
Do you concur this bicycle accident this kid just told us?
Yeah.
I blew it, didn't I?
Blew it. Why didn't I concur?
He's gonna be thinking about that for the rest of his life.
Do you concur?
Concur with what, sir?
That's a good way though to be like just deflect what's going on. Like, yeah.
Just
And
ask
then
questions.
because if the other doctor asked or like the head of the hospital, like, yeah, well, you could easily play it off and be like, my students got to learn eventually.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to give him a chance to learn.
I want to give him a chance
Opportunity.
to learn. High intense situation, kid screaming, bone through his leg. What do you do?
I thought he could handle it, you know?
Yeah, yeah, you could easily play it off.
He realizes now like what he did.
Yeah, I love how the dynamic now. Like he didn't even bring the other two cops or the two FBI guys. No, he's not. He realizes, like, oh, see where I get it, where he gets it from.
Kind of just outed himself.
Yeah. He's like, I know you know where he is. But... Oh no. He's slipping up. I love the dynamic. Like the mom doesn't really even seem to care
He's
because she
just
has like
in
a
his defense
whole
the
new
entire
life.
time.
Yeah, the dad will to the end of time be like, I will never give up my son.
I wonder if that address still exists.
Yeah, or they just probably just made it up. The lava lamps. Did you ever have a lava lamp growing up?
I did not, but I always thought they were super cool.
I had one. It lasted a long time, but I think I dropped it eventually and it shattered.
Hey, the apartment that he's at, 415 Landover, is only 25 minutes from me.
Go see it. Maybe he's still there.
You think I'm gonna fall for that? It's gonna be gone by the time I get there.
Yeah. Calling me on Christmas Day. She's really good in this movie. This is like to be like all those like Elizabeth Banks, her, and then Jennifer Garner. Like
Everyone's
before
really
they
good in
were
this. Like it's kind of
before
insane.
they were like kind of stars. Obviously, Leo was already was, but the other one, like the supporting actors, like they weren't stars yet.
I think it's the funniest shit ever whenever he like tries to tell her dad the truth later. And he's like,
Yeah,
he's like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer or something. The guy is just like, yeah, you are. Like he thinks that he's like trying to tell me he's not a good one.
that's what I love about this movie. Like there are times when he's just he's done with it, and he's just like, catch me, like I'm done. Like I don't like I'm
Like it's
lying
not
this
fun
whole
anymore.
time.
Yeah.
And but people are like, you can't be lying about that. That like, there's no way you're lying about that. Like here's your very like 60s down. Like
Dong. It's that
yeah,
horn.
so good. That's so good. It's like make more movies like that, man. Like just like there's like coming in the gun like that. Just don't like
We need more
like
movies
very
with guys just being
stylized.
dudes.
Yeah.
This is a guys being dudes movie.
This is a dad movie. 100% a dad movie.
This is the kind of movie that dads will stand up in front of the TV and just watch
Yeah,
standing with
it'll
their
be
hands on their
on.
hips for 2 hours.
Yeah, it'll be on AMC, and they'll
It'll be
see
on
it's
cable
on.
TV. There's
They'll see it's
commercials
on, but
every
they're
now and
like,
then.
but they'll stop. They'll stop standing, and they'll watch it, and then creep closer to the couch, and then they're sitting on the couch.
Oh, I
But they
forgot
had
he's in this.
yeah, Martin Sheen. This cast is a pretty good cast.
It's a great cast. I'm watching it again. She's trying not to laugh. Do you see that?
Yeah, two mice. Damn.
Bro, he is spitting.
Oh man. I was like, oh, that was lovely. She says that.
That was a beautiful story. And he's just like, that was some
Yeah.
shit my dad told me.
Yeah. So much food for 4 people. Like Jesus. They
He's
have like
always
8
in movies like that.
lobsters
You
over
see,
there.
like,
And but I guess the point is like they're so rich, like they didn't make any of this either, and like it'll so much of it'll just go to waste, and they just throw it away.
You already know half of that food went home to like the crew or whatever. Like, they just took home
Yeah.
just a bunch of shit.
The doctor, lawyer, and pilot, and be like, "How old are you?" Oh no. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
There, his little tell there, and he grabbed his head like, "Oh shit,
He's like,
shit,
oh
shit.
fuck. I gotta do
Fuck,
something
this could
now.
be it. This could be it." I always love this scene because, like, this part right here, when he's like, "Tell me," because he's basically testing him, like, 'cause he doesn't
Yeah.
believe him. And I always loved it. I always thought like he still never believed him, but he still gave him a chance because he takes the cop out answer. It's like, "Oh, well, the dog had died or something." Yeah. But I always thought like he kind of like just still never really believed him.
He knew.
Like
He
he's
knew.
like he could be like, oh, he's still a lawyer, but maybe he didn't go to Berkeley. He went somewhere else.
Yeah.
Um, because some people are embarrassed to go to like smaller schools.
He went to a community college.
Yeah. Hey, degree's a degree, man. No matter how you get it, the same job. There's the typewriter where he does all of his crimes.
I think this is where he like tried to tell him.
Yeah. And he does tell him the truth. Damn, what a shitty dad. A man like you doing with Brenda, like, damn, you're not a great father. Like, talk to about your daughter like that. A little medium close up on him, separate him in the frame when he actually confesses, almost like he's looking in the frame.
He's looking at the audience. He's telling us, I'm a nobody.
This is his confession. He confesses. He had to confess to somebody.
He's like, you are
Yeah.
all of those things, my friend.
Yeah. No, he's like, no, seriously, I'm not. Like,
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm
I'm ready
actually
to go to
really not.
jail now. Ready to go to jail now. I'm kind of over this.
Yeah, romantic. Shut up, bro. He just told you everything.
But that's when he's like, is Leo be like, you're romantic? Like, okay, like he believes me. Like, okay, I'm still here. Because there's always moments in this movie like he's willing to get caught.
Yeah. It's almost like not even a game for him anymore.
Yeah, it's like kind of too easy. Where it's like now your whole life now is just lies.
He thinks he's like joking.
That must have been very annoying to get with the camera movement.
All in one take,
That,
too.
that probably took a while just to set up. They probably did like a couple takes of it. But I love that like the obviously comes back in the end, but like he whole time
Yeah.
he's like, you had to cheat. Like, you're not that smart. And then at the very end, he's just like, I didn't cheat. I studied for 2 weeks and I passed. Like, I
Yeah.
actually studied for 2 weeks.
Yeah, people who go to school for years and they'll fail it sometimes, but he's like
Yeah.
2 weeks and I pass.
Yeah. I just studied for 2 weeks and I passed. Like, Jesus. Guess you could. Like, You
Must
gonna
not
eat
be a very
that?
good cop if he ate the freaking donut. He said, "Give it to me, and I'll tell
Yeah.
you." Or you could have
Those
just
head
told him.
those airplane headphones must have sucked back then. They probably hurt your ears so bad.
I didn't know that you're walking out with your ears sore as hell.
Yeah. I remember growing up, like whenever it had those headphones that go in the ear, they would hurt so bad. Like
I hated those
AirPod
every time.
AirPods are fine, but there's like other ones that go over the head. Like they always hurt my ears.
It's like they're just like plastic. I feel like they're always too tight.
Yeah. They did use a lot of table lighting in this movie.
They do. It's like a strange amount. A lot of lamps. I've noticed.
I was just watching them. Nowadays, you'd be watching like Law and Order or like old episodes of Columbo. Like, all right, how do they do this?
Yeah.
Like this whole sequence right here. I love this whole thing. He's like trying to close the case right now. Like, ladies and gentlemen of the
He's
jury.
just practicing at this point. He's like
Yeah,
performing.
ladies and gentlemen of the jury. He goes, he rests back. He like slams it down. And they're all just like, the judge, the preliminary. Yeah, you just present the evidence. I love the camera work too.
He's like, "You're just being a jackass." You know that? Like they think
Yeah,
he's like just being a
so
dick.
it's just me. Like it's just me. What in that?
The
I'm thinking as a
cameras,
judge.
the camera's like panning left and right to just nothing
Yeah,
there. It's like we knew there was nobody there to begin with. That's the funniest
yeah.
shit ever.
I'm like, as the judge is just like, is this dude serious? Like,
It's like almost insulting to him.
dude, I would be like, if I was sitting there and then they all started to do this, I'd be like, I need to get the hell out of this house. Like,
In this, like, what is he
and then she like
doing?
sit. Yeah, it's like, oh,
Should be doing that on Leo, bro.
it was like a church. Like, oh my god, I'm like an old Irish limerick. I wonder how
A
old
lot of
Martin
wallpaper
Sheen
in
is
these.
now.
How old he is?
How old Martin Sheen is now?
He's got to be like,
Got to be in his 80s
what, like
now.
80s, maybe 70s.
Got to be in his
I think
80s.
he's in his
So this
80s.
was this is like the height of the West Wing.
He's good in that. Yeah, he's 83.
Just like some of these old like directors like Scorsese and them and like Coppola, Spielberg, like these guys are getting up there, man, in age.
Scorsese's gonna go any day now. He's just too old.
Dude, Clint Eastwood's still making movies. He's like 94, 93.
I wouldn't be
He's a movie.
surprised if I woke up one day and he was just gone.
He has a movie coming out this year, Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I remember him making Gran Torino, and I was like, this dude's gonna croak any day now, and he's been kicking for 10 years after that.
And Ridley's still going. Ridley's like 85.
Yeah, he doesn't care about anything. I love his interviews.
I respect it, man. Just keep pumping out the work if you can do it. Like, keep working. Always love me some new Ridley Scott movies.
I mean, Gladiator 2 is coming out pretty soon, so
So I hope all like Spielberg, I hope he keeps working for next 20 years. Hopefully he's alive.
you see that picture of Spielberg at like the Oscars that year where he's wearing like those Gucci shoes?
Yeah.
Dude's just got some drip on him, bro.
He'll be there this year. He's a producer for Maestro,
Mm-hmm.
nominated for Best Picture. He'll be there. He's not gonna win, so I'd be like, I'm going to show up, man. Maestro's not winning Best Picture, so I'm just hanging out.
Think Oppenheimer's gonna take it.
Oh yeah, that should Clinton sweep, honestly. No one will get his deserved Oscar finally.
Yeah.
I love how this scene though, like how like his father is now like a post office like guy. Like he's so like he's given up on life. He's the mouse that's given up.
He's the mouse that just died in the butter.
Yeah, like he's essentially
Leo
like he's
right
not.
here, he's churning. He's churning away.
Yeah, and his father's just like, I'm done, man. I'm not getting her back. I'm not getting the like. This is my life now.
He like sees him in such like an earnest, like he's so proud of him almost.
That's why I love the dynamic of like, because in real life, Spielberg like he resented his father for a long time. Like he thinks his father was the one that didn't work hard enough, or like to essentially save the marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the dynamic in this where it's like, obviously at this point, like Spielberg like knows what his whole family situation was. So it's like
Yeah.
the father's still really caring towards him when he knows that he's just like, look, man, like you got to stop. Like they're gonna get you. Like you got to stop. Like he always really cares, and then like in the mother, like in this movie, just didn't care about him anymore.
Yeah.
Like literally didn't care, give two shits about him anymore.
Yeah, you see, they're having two completely different conversations here.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Why would she do that?" And he's like, "They're gonna catch you. They're gonna catch you."
Yeah. So even that lighting, like their faces are so dark. Like I feel like nowadays people would be like, we can't have that. You have to see their face like that. You can't even see
Yeah,
him.
but
It's just
even then,
all
though, that's such
backlit.
a dramatic moment. That it's
Yeah.
almost like an integral like shot to that
Mm-hmm.
whole sequence right there. That doesn't work without that shot.
Here's the last time we see him, right there. I wonder if he should. I wonder if he was nominated for this. I don't know. Christopher Walken. He should have been, at least for supporting. Oh, the Christmas tree's on this table now. I love that.
It's changed positions.
It's a new year.
Dr. Connors is so funny.
I love how he was waiting around for him to call though on Christmas. We're friends now, man. That's what I would be like. We're obviously friends now. You're probably eventually gonna catch me.
It's like the Zodiac killer calling
Yeah.
Marvin Belli on Christmas Eve.
But he's just a fraud guy. He doesn't kill people. That's too far. Very old school shot right there. That's what I'm saying, man. Movies need to bring back like old school looking things. Shots that are just like so like stylized.
Yeah,
Very
everyone's too
40s and
obsessed with making
50s.
everything look too new.
Yeah.
This guy's got like 5 boxes of Chinese food just sitting up there. Do you see that? Just burning the candle at both ends.
I love the lighting. Like he's like, stop chasing me, and his whole face is like dark. But then like Tom Hanks is
Well
very well
lit,
lit in
yeah.
the face. Isn't like he's very calm now. Like he knows he's eventually gonna get him.
Not even just that, but like, I mean, this shot here doesn't really, not the one I was looking for, but the one where he's like standing in front of that like curtain, like those shades, that like blue light hitting with like that orange light.
Mm-hmm.
Like the contrasting colors really says a lot. You already know they just put ramen noodles in a freaking cup.
Oh yeah. Some cold ramen noodles.
Yeah.
You didn't see him swallow it though, so probably yelled cut and he right to the spit bucket right
Spit it
next
right
to
back
him.
out, yeah.
I love the I love this lighting right here.
Really is kind of a James Bond
Cause
shot.
he like with that like light, like you know exactly what's about to happen.
Oh yeah.
He's caught. And then like the little character thing that they have where he rips off the labels, or it's like you see that ripped off label, like, yep, he's here.
Mm-hmm.
He's somewhere.
It's like his calling card.
Yeah. Again, like handheld. Very simple like technique, but
All the money.
a lot of money. Just stashing money everywhere. Yeah, he's only like 17, like he's barely 18 years old. Like that's just wild.
He just had that much riz, bro. It's crazy
Yeah.
that he made like a whole life out of this.
I got some more money up here too.
So I got 2 bank accounts.
He's just like carrying around like $1 million in cash. He's finally
You want her
told
to
somebody
trust
though.
you? He wants her to trust him after he's lied to her about everything. Handwriting, that's crazy.
Damn, leaving some cash behind, dude.
It's like, put it in your pockets, bro.
I love how they let
Like the
like
curtains.
the curtains like in the shot.
Mm-hmm.
It
I think
makes
it
it
just
seem
adds to
like
the
it's more like,
chaoticness.
yeah, and more
More
realistic, as in like
intense.
let's not make it like perfect, like, oh, let's not the curtains in. It's like at that time, like you don't care. Like these guys just trying to get out of here. Looks too polished. Because like you as an audience member kind of want to push it away
Yeah.
so you can like just see what they're doing.
Kind of adds to the shadows on her face and everything.
Mm-hmm. I love this moment here. And I think like the money's just like flying in the air when he comes in. Like this is very noir right now.
Yeah. If you put this in black and white, it would look exactly like that.
Yeah. The money coming out. Holding the gun like that. The Dutch
The
angle.
shadows and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the money like flying around.
The shadow and everything.
Yeah. Miami International. Bro, she ratted you out. Uh-oh.
He knows.
There's nice sunglasses.
I was about to say that. Nice little touch to his
It's a good outfit. Like, he looks
character.
fucking sick.
He's about to go to the beach.
I love the camera work they do here. Where it's like they'll have them pass, but then they kind of push back. Like it's like his eyesight.
Yeah.
Like he's like looks past him and he looks back. Okay, there's a guy like right there. Boom, they did it again.
Almost missed him.
Yeah, it's like I like that camera work. So it's like as opposed to just have the POV, but then they all stop perfectly on the people. It's like a different way to do it.
There was a shot earlier that did something like that as well. I can't remember which one though.
They got every agent on him now. Spielberg does that shot a lot, where he'll push in and then he like pulls down to make them like look really big. Shoots them from a low angle as he pushes down.
This guy's spitting. He's risen up a whole girl
This
full,
is
a whole
this is
room
the
full of women.
Riz. This is the Riz. Yeah, the idea of Pan Am is very. It's not aged very well at all. Basically, they got just like the women were for the men to look at, and it's not. Eh, very
It's not
misogynist.
what's the word they call for?
Not good.
It's not very
Misogynist.
inclusive anymore.
Like looking back on you, you're like, damn, I can't like this stuff like had like it was allowed, but
Bro, why was she
yeah.
singing?
That's what Pan Am was like. I was telling you, Pan Am was like marketed like entertainment in the sky. So like they would want like people to be like that, like you can sing to the people, have them buy more drinks on the plane.
If anything, they should hire girls who can't sing, so that way they'll have to like buy a drink. Can you imagine being on a flight, someone singing, and he's just, oh brother, someone give me a drink.
This is the best part. With some Frank. This is confidence, man. Walk right
Look at
past
that
them.
shot, bro. This looks like it was made in the 50s or 60s.
I love that when he's like, I'm gonna walk in between all of you. That's a confidence man. Walks right past all the FBI agents,
Not paying
all the
attention to him.
cops. The guy they're looking for is right there. Yeah, Pan Am was like the biggest airline for a long time, like the early 90s. Just went bankrupt.
Must not have been that big.
From like the 60s and to the 90s, it was like the biggest airline. There he is. Some good blocking.
Yeah, he's just walking behind him as he's like realizing. They think he's out there, just completely walked past him.
Oh, this has been so annoying to like so many extras in this whole set. They probably filmed here for a couple weeks, all these
It's like
scenes.
5 days on set for that one
Yeah.
shot.
Like, there's so many extras. I wonder if this was like actually, unless they just put the Miami International stuff on the outside,
Oh
because the
yeah,
inside could just be a set.
and ready.
Gotcha. There he goes. End film. No, I'm just kidding. End film.
Frank Abagnale Jr. will return and Catch Me If You Can Endgame.
That's it. Yeah, it just says Frank will return.
Frank will return.
If I was a filmmaker, I would just put that at the end of every movie just to like mess with the people. Like the main character will return and what? I don't know. I just thought it was funny. Like at the end of Anatomy of a Fall, like the dog will return.
Snoopy will return. Snoop will return.
Snoopy will return.
If you when you watch Oppenheimer, Einstein will return.
Einstein will return.
That's that shit that you get with like seeing like videos online that just leaked of like the newest Marvel movie. They're all waiting for a
Yeah.
post-credit scene. It's just like something really stupid, and Albert Einstein shows up.
Yeah. Like this guy's good. He's getting better at his job thanks to Frank.
He's had to.
Damn, imagine like being like an expert on like paper.
You just wait. They're gonna go see a guy about handwriting pretty soon.
Give me a movie with these three guys. You ever seen the Outfit? Mark Rylance.
I have, yeah.
I really like that movie. Like that's
It feels like
these guys give me the vibe of Mark Rylance in that character. Like they're just like working this like little shop.
I feel like no one I ever talked to has seen that movie. It's like one of those that just kind of came and went. Was it came out like
It's a pretty
March?
solid movie. Like, and it
It's
all
very
takes
good,
place in
yeah.
one location. Like, I love movies that take place in like one location. Very like Reservoir Dogs like feeling.
Is probably a play. I could be wrong, but I think that might have been a play. Or I'm thinking about another
Oh
one.
yeah, I could definitely see that being like a play. You could easily make that a play too because it's all one setting essentially. Oh, Christmas! This is a Christmas movie. Yes, it's 67. Like,
What he needs to do as soon as Hanratty shows up is he needs to gear up the whole place with a bunch of traps. So like he's gonna go to the second story. He's gonna put a bunch of
yeah,
paint
this is Home
buckets
Alone.
and yeah, bunch of paint buckets swinging at him. He's gonna put like an iron on top of the door so that when he grabs the handle, it'll burn it off.
But I love in this now. Like, normally, like he first would like go in. I don't think he does it, but I think he used to go in with like the gun already out, but now he just is like going in.
He just like is expecting to find him somewhere.
Yeah, so it's gotten to a point where he actually like kind of like he's like kind of like Frank. Like
Like he doesn't think he's dangerous anymore, which was funny.
yeah. Carl. Carl. Carl.
He's
Carl.
like happy to see him.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Are you hungry? You want some beans? You want a bite?
Cuz like but it's like at this point it's like he's gotten away with it for so long, like who's to say he's not going to get away with it again right now?
It's the fact that he's like acting super like erratic, but also like
Yeah.
not worried at all that he's going to be arrested. Like he knows he's gonna get out of this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's because like this whole time he's been confessing to people and he's still not arrested. Like,
That Dutch angle. It's good. It's good.
Kenneth Branagh was like, yes, more.
Bro, Kenneth Branagh doing freaking Thor in
Dude, he loves the
2011.
Dutch. He
He
loves the
was
Dutch
cooking.
angles.
We don't know what, but he was cooking something.
Kenneth's always cooking, man. Ultimate Shakespeare guy.
It's a nice accent. Very subtle.
He's my friend now. Yeah, he's like so erratic now. Hasn't slept probably in days. Making millions of checks. Catch me. It's the movie.
That's the thing. Is you just got to use the meme of him literally from
Yeah,
Once
it's the
Upon a
movie
Time in
of him.
Hollywood.
Hey. Yeah. And that's the difference between him and Carl's not lying. Carl doesn't lie. See that? See the push in with the low angle? I love that lighting there though.
That red light behind him, yeah.
Yeah. And like the light on half his face. But yeah, see, like Frank always is lying, but like Carl like doesn't lie. But he doesn't believe him because he's like, I always lie was to say like you should lie too. And Carl, I don't lie, I'm not that person.
His fingers are just covered in ink.
Hmm. And they play it off like, oh, maybe he was lying. What a beautiful little like street. I'm not lying. French detective.
French detective. Let me in the car.
So he's like, I'll get you out, Frank.
Him on top of the car.
Because those are all that. Because in the beginning, like he was like, "I'm ready to take this guy down." And now he's like, "Don't worry, I'll get you out. Don't worry." Like he's
I'll
like
get you
wants to
out,
like,
buddy.
yeah. Because he realizes like it too. He's like, "This guy's just a kid, man." Like, and he's already spoken to his parents, so
Yeah.
he knows the dynamic there. Like, oh shit. Frank, sorry about this, but your father is dead. It's kind of like an awkward angle too.
Yeah. It's like I mean, it makes sense why he'd choose something like that. It's a very
Yeah, really
intimate
like
conversation to
awkward.
have.
But it's like also like awkward being like, I guess I'm just gonna tell you.
I gotta
Like,
tell this kid that I know
I
nothing
don't,
about, that I've been
I don't
chasing
know.
for years now. Hey, your dad's
Yeah, his
dead.
father's dead. Yeah.
Your papa gone.
I guess I don't know how else you deliver the news. Being like, Damn, the seats look so much more comfy back then.
Doofus is still with him. The next shot is him just flying out of the plane with a friggin' parachute.
Yeah, he's like around the tarmac. Like he's just like running. I'm sure like back then too. I don't know how well planes like that were, but like they probably didn't like require you like be in your seat when it was landing. You probably could have been in the bathroom. Like they didn't
They
care.
let you smoke back then on a plane. They didn't give a shit
Yeah.
what you did.
Smoking section. Oh, you mean the smoke's just not gonna waft up here? Like, I guess they do say he needs to take his seat, but they're like literally landing the plane right now. The guys are standing. Like,
They can't let their suspect get away.
I love that little thing right there.
You do
He's
it.
about to do it. He's about to do it, and he's like, "You do it."
It's like I know I can't bust this door now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like in the plane, isn't he? He like
Yeah.
go through the roof.
He like. Yeah. He's smart, man. You can't let him out of your sights. He'll get out. Yeah, he's like where the landing gear is. Like he starts to run on the
That's what I
tarmac
remember.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like right here.
it's just like Toy Story.
What I love about this, it's like they're setting it up like, oh no, he's getting away again, but he's not really. He just wants to go see something. Because then right after this, he's like, all right, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready to go, essentially. Oof, some Nat King Cole. Perfection.
I love that
Best
like
voice.
frost they put around the window.
The best voices ever.
Not this jerk again.
He's got a sister now, though. Be a crazy way to be like, oh, I have a sister now.
Where's your mother?
No, he's just like, oh, because he can't comprehend that. It's probably been like 7 years now, probably since he's seen her.
His eyes were like, do you see them?
Mm-hmm. He's ready. But that's the point, because remember, he'd always say, like, at Christmas, he had nobody. It's Christmas, and he has nobody. His mom doesn't care anymore.
He's
His
got
dad's
Carl
dead.
and ready.
But he has family now, and it's Carl.
So he's
The
actually
sequel
about
is
family.
them. The sequel is them is two roomies living together.
What they should have done is they should have made
solving fraud crimes,
like a sequel to this where where they like solve crimes and shit together, where it's almost like a Silence of the Lambs type situation.
Just solving fraud crimes.
You get another character that's just like Leonardo DiCaprio, but he's kind of a little bit smarter. Maybe not smarter, but he's a little bit more erratic, a little bit more unpredictable.
12 years. Merry Christmas, Frank. This is definitely one of Spielberg's most underrated movies, I think.
I feel like people forget that it's his movie.
Yeah, so
like I feel like a lot of people talk about this movie, but I never hear Spielberg's name when it's discussed.
Yeah, you'll be like, "Have you seen Catch Me If You Can?" They're like, "Oh yeah, I really liked that movie." And you're like, "Spielberg made that movie." Like, "Oh really? I didn't know he made that movie." Yeah, this and Minority Report, same year.
You got him
Tom
some
Hanks in
comic books.
two great roles in Road to Perdition and this the same year. You got some Flash. They both have nobody. It's amazing how he like pick it out right away. It's the teller. Like he'd right away. It's the teller. Like it's so good. Yeah, immediately I'd be like, um, I go right back to my boss and be like, "Yeah, I got a proposition for you.
Like, I
Remember
want to
the
hire this
guy?
kid.
Remember the greatest con man we've ever seen? Yeah, I want him to work for us. Like right here. It's basically like coming to bring my boss in.
Boss is like, that's crazy. He's like, it's so crazy. It just might work.
Yeah, boss is like, I don't believe it. Like right here, like I love that he's shuffling cards. He picks it out right away. Here, fake check. I can tell by the weight. It's fake.
Didn't even take 2 looks at it.
Yeah.
So that's a fake.
It's fake. And cut. Yeah. It's right. He touched it for a half a second. Yep. Not real. I can tell you all why reasons that's not real. I love it. Like the little like smirk that Tom Hanks gives here is so good. When he looks
He's like,
back at
he's
him.
almost like more proud of him than his
Right.
dad is.
When he looks back at his boss, his little smirk he gives.
That little eye look
So
he gives
good.
him.
Like
That's
I
the
fucking
first time Tom
yeah.
Hanks has any riz in this movie.
Yeah, like I fucking told you, right? This guy's good. Yeah. Frank, we got a proposition for you.
You don't want that job? That's fine, bro. You go ahead, keep delivering mail.
You're like, nah, dude. Like, you can work for us. Your sentence will be commuted, but you just have to show up.
That
Me,
pan.
your dad, your new dad. I love that. Like, he used to be right on that wall.
I love the look of like offices in the movies from like the 50s and
Mm-hmm.
60s.
I love this like shot here because it's like all of these people were looking for this guy, and now he's just working there.
Now he just casually walks in, yeah.
And then walks in, and they all look at him like they're oh,
Get this
like these
knucklehead
two.
again.
Yeah, it's like they're all just looking at him like this is the fucking guy we were chasing for like 2 years.
He's such a good con man. He conned his way into the FBI.
Seriously. I mean, this probably happens with a lot of stuff. People are like this smart that are just commit crimes, but essentially it's like, okay, well, we
Can't
caught
do
you,
much
but
for him, yeah.
now you're gonna work for us.
It was like the what's the name of that kid that does like the Lego shorts that they tried to like sue him for like copyright, but they ended up using him for like Into the Spider-Verse or something like that.
Yeah, I think he just made a Deadpool one too. It's like, damn, this kid's got talent. Only like 15 years old. Check fraud.
It's good play on words like check fraud, but also if you check this guy, he's a fraud. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Like, you're fucking kidding me if I'm doing this shit. Like, I got a good job now, Pa. I'm an FBI agent. Dad's like, yeah, right.
Seize the pilot. Temptation. Again, the push in, pull up, low angle. Yeah, you got a government job, man. You probably work like 9 to 5, especially if you're a desk job, off on the weekends. Better gig than prison.
Got nothing.
I'm sure he probably can't leave the state. In Washington, I'm sure he's in like DC. Probably can't leave.
He's like asking Frank. He's, hey, you want to have some beers tomorrow?
Yeah, he's just trying to have some beers and watch some movies. But I love that he's like basically like, and then Carl realizes. I think he was like asking me to like
Hang
hang
out or
out.
something.
Yeah, that'd be so
Bastard.
weird. That'd be so weird being like, "There's fucking me."
I love the look of the shades on his face too, like almost like he's behind bars, but he's not in a way. Like he might be out of
Yeah,
jail, but reality, this is more of a jail than the actual prison was.
I know. I love that. Some people probably be like, "That's too like on the nose," but it's like, no, I love that.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's like what he does in Jurassic Park with the when the T Rex and it has like all the grate on his face looks like DNA.
Oh yeah. He pulls a freaking Fast and Furious. I'll give you 48 hours.
Yeah. Well, essentially, it's like, I mean, if you're back at work on Monday, I'm not gonna say anything. Like, you know, you can fly to Hawaii if you want, but as long as you're back at work on Monday.
He's like, you can fake being a pilot all you want. I don't even care. I'll turn around.
Well, yeah, that's what I think he says here. Like, if you want to run, I'm not gonna stop you. Like, I'm not gonna chase after you. But he's running from something. He's running because he doesn't have anybody. Frank's like, dude, I'll be your friend. I always love this scene. This like set is like so cool to me.
I love the like set that they're doing on this on. Just looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
And he had glasses, so you know time has passed.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, no one's chasing you, man. Like, I think the thrill you had for a bit was that people were chasing you, and then you wanted to stop. But
The chase was too fun.
I love it's
All it
like that
was.
where it's like the first time ever he walks away from him. I mean, like, damn,
Yeah.
like he's actually not chasing after me. And all of this is like, wait, is he actually not going to show up? I'm actually gonna have to look for him again.
He's like, did I fuck
God
up again?
damn it! God damn it!
He's
He would
like in
definitely
his
be fired.
office. He's like, oh yeah,
Like
I have your job now.
he would definitely be fired if you like you actually let him go. He'd be like, yeah, you're fired. Like,
You had the chance to get him and he didn't. So
trick, trick, trick. Build up, build up. Is it him? No, it is Band of Brothers guy, Garnier.
it is Band of Brothers guy.
Bill Garnier from Band of Brothers. I love how they do it, where it's like he at least expects him, like he's not paying attention for him, waiting to show up. So when
Yeah.
he shows
It
up,
like shows us that he's really anticipating him to get here.
yeah. Now it's like, no, I'm here. And he's like, this guy's good. It's a real check. This guy's good. This is a real check. I love how they all leave too. Like, all right,
It'd be
well,
funny.
Frank's
It'd be
here. So.
funny if like he just had like this really thick New York cop accent. It's a real check, chief.
Yeah. I love how everyone leaves too, because now it's like, oh, the actual experts here. We can We can
like, we don't stand a
disperse.
chance. The fact that he said some real
Elaborate.
check, they're like, ah, shit, he knows.
I love how'd you do it, Frank? Yeah, I didn't cheat. Yeah.
Like, I took a bunch of Adderall, locked
Yeah.
myself in a room for 2 weeks.
I love how it's like that, where it's like, I didn't cheat. It was like, is that the truth? And you're just like, I don't know, is it the truth? I could be lying.
Might be, might not be.
Might not be, and that's the whole point. There's a lot going on in that office, man. Just for civil fraud.
We got some text. You're gonna have to
Yes,
read that, Pat.
3
I can't read.
sons. Frank Abagnale Jr. has been married for 26 years. He has 3 sons and lives a quiet life in the Midwest. Since his release from prison in 1974, Frank has helped the FBI catch some of the world's most elusive check forgers and counterfeiters. It is considered one of the world's foremost authorities on bank fraud, and I forgot the last word. Frank has also designed many of the security checks that banks and Fortune 500 companies use every day. Damn, that's hard to like you read really fast. For his service, these companies pay Frank Abagnale Jr. millions of dollars a year. Genius. Frank and Carl remain close friends to this day.
Maybe the real catch me if you can is the friends we made along the way.
Damn, that text was going fast.
Yeah. I just can't read, so I just had to make sure you could.
Put me on the spot. I was getting nervous.
All right, you guys.
This podcast is hosted and edited by Pat Brennan. That's me, with intro and closing music by Patrick Baxter.